Kijetesantakalu is hiding a dark secret from us, and it's time to find out what it is. But first, the circus board asks, what makes Toki Pona inherently good? And does this imply the existence of a bad language? This question is really interesting because it asks for a justification for a statement that, in my opinion, is not true. Toki Pona is not inherently good. It's a gimmick language. The gimmick is that it only has around 120 words, not including proper names. Nothing about Toki Pona is inherently good or bad. It has many qualities that make me subjectively think that it's good, but its design is nothing special. It's one language among many, and not everyone will like it, and that's okay. In fact, I've been collecting valid reasons to dislike the language, and I might make a video presenting the most convincing points. So if you don't like Toki Pona, feel free to drop your reasonings in the comments, and let me know if you'd like to see that video. And for our second question, which is not actually a question and more of something I just want to talk about, Kijetesantakalu's dark secret. It's actually just a piece of lore about kijetesantakalu that might have gotten a bit lost. I want people to be aware of this. Originally, kijetesantakalu was coined to refer to procyonids, such as raccoons and a bunch of other animals that I hadn't heard of at the time I learned the word. To many Toki Pona speakers for a while, it just meant raccoon. But in 2021, its semantic space grew to include all mustaloids, such as weasels, red pandas, and skunks. Originally, this was likely done so that ferrets could be included in its semantic space. However, some members of the community at the time planned for the word semantic space to grow every decade. Yeah, the semantic space was a bit late to grow this time around, because the word was coined in 2019, but in 2029 on April 1st, the semantic space will grow again. This absolutely should happen because it's really funny. So the question is, how much should the semantic space grow? In my opinion, it should grow slowly. I think it should grow from Mustaloidae to Mustelida, which means it will refer to seals and walrim, finally making it no longer possible to classify kijetesantakalu as a subclass of Soeli. In 2039, it will expand to refer to Arctoidae, now referring to bears. In 2049, it will refer to dogs, wolves, and the rest of Caniforma. In 2059, it will refer to all of Carnivora, including felines. In 2069, it'll grow to refer to pangolins. In 2079, it will grow to refer to ungulates, including pigs, horses, cows, rhinos, orcas, whales, hippos, camels, and so on. In 2089, it will grow to include bats. In 2099, as our Toki Pona descendants prepare to celebrate a new century, they will begin to use kijetesantakalu to refer to moles, shrews, hedgehogs, and other similar animals. In 2109, kijetesantakalu will finally grow to encompass humans, also growing to include rodents and rabbits. In 2119, it will grow even further to cover elephants, manatees, sloths, armadillos, elephant shrews, the aardvark, and anteaters. In 2129, kijetesantakalu will refer to all therians, which now finally includes marsupials like kangaroos and opossums. And finally, in 2139, kijetesantakalu will refer to all mammals, now including platypim and echidnas. Over the next century, kijetesantakalu will continue to expand in very fashion. This must be done. It has been written and it has been spoken. Go forth and make these dreams a reality. Next, Beginner's Luck 25 asks, what words do you use? What words do you not use? This is less of a question about Toki Pona and more of a question about me, but I'll answer it anyway. I use nearly all Toki Pona words that I know of, but the ones outside of Liku's core category are increasingly more likely to be used in a humorous way. Like, I definitely find myself using nampan, but whenever I do, I say it in a funny voice. And it means like to steal with silly connotations. There are some exceptions to this. I do not use the words bu, gu, and su, even in English, because I think their inclusion goes against the point of the language. I do not use kipisi at all, and I don't need to. I actually have a zine about how I do this that you can either buy for $1 or DM me on Discord for a free copy. I found myself avoiding monsuta pretty successfully over the past few years too, which is interesting because that one wasn't intentional. Beyond that, I don't really think too much about the words I end up using. What about you? What words do you use, Beginner's Luck 25? And what about you, viewer? And those are all the questions for this episode. Put your questions about Toki Pona in the comments, and I'll choose one or more question to include in the next episode of Toki Pona Questions. Remember to put the hashtag tpq in your comments so I know it's a submission. A lot of y'all forgot last time. Thank you to my patrons. I have a Patreon now, and people actually signed up for it. That's crazy. Thank you. Link in the description. Eat a good fish. I wonder what it would be like to not use kala. I think I would be very sad because I would lose my favorite way to describe taking a shower. Okay, bye.